Paju Padu Dani Kyasuchi, Dagi Chuni Kipe Sonaki, Jola Penche Sanye Drupasho.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's the road this morning?
Not so bad. Wet.
Okay?
A little wet.
A little wet. Anyway, welcome back to New Year's, the Tibetan New Year. I think after Tibetan New Year, this first class maybe Sunday. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, then anyway, we are very fortunate to come together, meet together. I'm very happy to share with you guys. And first, we are lost mostly cancer, Yesterday also we tried to force the cancer. And Lana, weather is not better than there. Sarah and Devon, they work very, very hard, When you come first to Kurukulla Center?
5 years ago.
Really? Only 5 years?
Yeah.
Anyway, since I know this very long term, they're both very devoted,
Yeah, that's right.
devoted, very friendly, they're very, very nice. They work very, very hard. They're always here, They always first year, they always live at the last person. They're very little, nice, beautiful daughter. But they're both very hard working and still they work very hard here. I would like to say they both thank you very much.
Thank you.
They're very, very, very good. Then Iran asked a call, hey, okay, what we check here? And how we put it aside and they also be, it benefited a couple of people. Good. Anyway, it's also sorry for you guys. We put first, no class, vacation, everybody can celebrate. Then second, oh, we have getting class. Oh, I have to go. Anyway, it's very good opportunity if we put it this way, even 1 day, even 1 hour, couple minutes we have spent to Dharma. It's very good. Usually when we study Buddhism, if you are really serious study real what Buddha says, then it's definitely 100% you change your mind. But usually we don't. We heard a lot of things that we don't do. We heard that we do some other way. Therefore, we don't see much result. But they put very strong influence for our mind. If not this life, cheap, very high realization, but we put very good influence. Therefore, it's possible everybody come together. It's very good. Then, what is that? Then also this month is the Tibetan Tibetan first New Year. And tomorrow is day miracle. No.
Miracles.
Miracles.
Yeah.
Anyway, then also tomorrow we have, first that number. Then also, usually we have okay, then I think I turn off my English. Put the back. So, thank God, 간제 다완데래야. 아니 춘조 다와서 이래. 춘조 다와.
So this month is called the Miracles Month.
그거 춘조 다와서 나다 로니 또 맞지 내래야. 아니 상제 좀 된데 상제네. 아니 로 쪽지 이래야. 아니 다 내리기 때문에 또 나와야 그래서
So this month kind of established after Buddha's achievement of enlightenment, 6 years after Buddha's achievement of enlightenment.
아니 시 전에다 자갈아야 시당다 줄은다면 뭐부시라고 그래서
And so even at that time, there were many different kinds of religions around in India.
아니 대거라야 다 아니 다 줄로 소소 지지네 다 상지 중에다 거는 양도 들려오지 다 나서 줄로 소소 다 줄로 가긴 대게요 가긴 대게만 만도 르메가 잡고도 뺑뺑하고 되려시네야 나도 지대치네 가지 아니 다 줄로 가리 다 르빠는 대게요 와이나 아니 다 줄로 심어도 간가 대줄로 하는 거야다 아니 되는다 공식으로 공식지 다 존재해서 다 제대로 지어 그래서
So these many different teachers, of different religion, they come together to discuss about, having a discussion among themselves, to see whose teaching makes more sense, whose teachings is more accurate, and goes along with the logic and so forth. So whoever's teachings makes more sense, then others will also follow that teaching. And so they said they're going to invite all the kings and ministers of that area, and in the presence of all these people, and they're going to have this discussion or debate, and so that's how they had this kind of a competition to perform miracles by each teachers.
아니 근데 아니 배다 동부 제바찡네 다 제바데 니마지라고 되는 거예요.
And so that competition started from the first day of the first month of the lunar calendar, and it went until like the 8th day of the first month.
와 아니 뒤에 가봐야 다 아니 잡고도 자상한 놓치는 다 눈치 이렇게 잡고도 자상한데 아니 줄로 가도 다 상시 좀 된데 쇼치를 해서 아니 생각도 쇼치를 마셔내다 잡고도 빵을 주네 아니 다 바지 아니 담보 저거들이 돈이
So then they have all these the kings and ministers sitting in one row, and then on the other side there's Buddha Shakyamuni and then the teachers of different religion, and then they first started the competition with the question and answers.
아니 뒤에 갔다 잡고서지 님보세요 다 lumbar이 잡고 말이에요.
So at that time, the king Bimbishara was the king of that area at that time.
아니 주전장님에서 뒤가 다 다시 지나로 그래서
And then Nyangeme. Sorry, what did it? Washiwa mala.
아직도 있나? 다시 이거 안 나서 주지 앞에 대고 아직까지 주전장님
So I'm not sure exactly, but it could be King Ashoka, who was the sponsor, at that time for that event.
들려지네 다 샵다 뭐 저거 지내지 다 들려 저거 지내지네 다 사실 좀 된데 다 계속 말때 정말 말해서 와
So anyway, during that competition, in the discussion about question and answers, Buddha Shakyamuni won the competition.
아니 되네 야다 준적이야 근데 준적이 되지네
And then again, they had this competition for miraculous powers.
들려지네 다 제바찡네 제바지에바란 전에 지네 나 제바지에니까 다 상제 좀 된데 다 런다 리바도 저 차선에 다 지에바이 말해서 와
So they started from the first day until the 8th day. So on the 8th day, Buddha Shakyamuni was claimed as the winner of all the competition in terms of the question answers, the miracle, performing miracles, and so forth.
아니 들리게 걔도 제가 다 가르고 지 디파트 파모션으로 다 잡고서 말해서 와
And so it was the kings and the ministers, who were like the witness, to prove who is the winner and so forth.
아니 대내 다 대내 때만 죽여 대가 다 단지 주는 대대칭 때만 죽여 말이야 대나니 다찍 근데 그랑 다 배서 말이야 심마도 강가다 단지 좀 내가 야티 다
And so there were 3 different teachers, 6 different teachers at that time who were competing, with the ceremony. So others all followed the ceremony as they decided, right? So they all, followed the ceremony, but one ran away. He did not follow the ceremony, so he ran away.
Yeah, that if you read with some movie, it's very special movie. Other teaching that separate gender, separate Jongapala, and that the male, that job, that job,
And then from the 8th to the 15th, there was no competition anymore, so they all gathered together to make offerings, prayers and offerings.
And take us some the low, go low, not too much.
So at that time it said that the Buddha Shakyamuni was 56 years old.
Oh, that any good in that children teaching said that the Hale, that number, that teaching children.
And so that's from that one, then that this event, was, the time was established, to call it the miraculous month.
And today, Dawate, last day, that's a joint.
And so the 15th of that 15th day of that month, is the last day of that ceremony.
And the take of the task and the children, they chip, the Damchoe, and the time in the Namkani, Lada, Lama, the Mabo, Metal Shalava, Thompson Mara, Mocho, and the rest.
And so at that time, then there were many gods and goddesses, who came from heaven and made offerings, of the rains of flowers and so forth. So there were many kind of signs that came up.
What Tindiki teaching Chawa and I'm not to Monum Java in the young, and that give a lot chimbo. That's how you read it.
And so because of that special event, if we pray at that time, around that time also, then our prayers becomes much more powerful than other time.
What is that? He chene any that Pella not any that had the Munum Chimbo say that lot of
And then after that in Tibet, we always have this a prayer ceremony. There's a great prayer ceremony that's held on the first month of the Tibetan lunar calendar, from the 1st to the 15th.
And the tail not
The system in Tibet that was this great prayer festival was established by Lama Zopa Rinpoche.
and the tail some Jiramboche said the answer. Tanganzo Kanji, that Chitong Gopja, Chitong Sumja Nopchung Abdilo, and Controne, Chitong Shipja, Chokoro, the Gomato, Gono to Chile, some show in Paris.
And so Lama Zopa Rinpoche, who was born in 1340, was it? 1357.
Gomato, Shipja, Chimeko, Chogo.
And then he passed away in 1419. So he lived about 63 years. And so those who follow Lama Zopa Rinpoche's teachings and tradition is called the Gelug tradition.
And in Samsung also yellow head, red head,
so sometimes they have this name for different tradition or different sect, so they call it like yellow head sect or red head sect and so forth. But anyway, those are not the actual name, for these traditions.
아니 게르파 사야돼 시당 사자 가데 사야돼 사자 내래 담바 따르게 지라보죠 공부도 가데 사야돼.
And so the place, actually the Gelug, the first monastery of Gelug, Lama Zopa Rinpoche's monastery, which was established in a place called Ganden. So then from there where this name came, the Gelug.
아니 텐제데 아니 지라보체 공로 나중에 거래야. 아니 딱가된 거 마찬가지로 그래서.
And so he said that when Lama Zopa Rinpoche was about 53 years old, he established or built the Ganden monastery.
아니 뒤에 거래야 다 같은 지름보체다 다 모험바 지름보체 간지 공부 좋나 다 신경 가와 배들이 손을 가려 건조다 농된다고 지네. 근데 다 간단해야. 아니 벽을 해서 들이다 농대 좀 그래서.
So when they discuss, about where Lama Tsongkhapa will be born after he passed away from this life, then there was kind of prophecy, saying that he's going to be born in Tushita Pure Land.
대소도 다 되는 공부하는 메가요. 가데스 타야 본도 그래서 담보 가데스 사자들 가데 바다.
And so then that's why it's called Garden. Garden means like the joyous land, another joyous land, and so this place, or the monastery, we're going to name it, after that, the place where it's going to be born, like the garden, the Tushita Pure Land.
근데 사자들한테 가데시 때문에 뒤 냐면치기다 두솔라다 가루파는 거 그랬을까.
So the place is called Ganden, and then the people who follow that tradition is going to be called Gelupas.
다 간제 사자 때문에 다 줄됩니다. 그래서
And so that tradition, was named after the place.
아니 대쇼라다 가루스나 그 밀대와 매치네 아니 게르파스 아니 브메지 바다네 아니 같은 거서 게르니 브메다네 게르파스 타와 이거지.
And so, the Ganden is the place, and Galuk, is the Galuk means the system or the tradition. So the tradition of Ganden, that's what it was actually. But then later, I don't know how it got changed, but they changed it to Gelugpa. Instead of saying Galukpa, it's become Gelugpa.
아무튼 그 그때 가루파스에 그때 오면서 게르파스 봐주세요.
So I don't know, maybe there was kind of discomfort in pronouncing or saying the word Galukpa, and so then they went with Gelugpa.
아니 단다 그래서나 오자 지름처럼 오자 세보지 그래서
And so as you can see, Lama Tsongkhapa, wearing a yellow hat.
아니 대제 야로해 왜 저거 대제 가르에서 나타 tel라 투몽와 니셔서 그래서
And so there's a different explanation about that also. There's the common and uncommon explanations.
다 투몽와 세와야 나 아니 가세 오 레벨 좀 시합해야지 가지 너마 아니 배가 상직이 때문에 마들마 nem네 수들이야 답이 거면야 아니 위니마 아니 레벨 시합 좀 해야 돼 아니 카메라 앞에 안도 좀 앞에 아니 뭐 라신 공부할 때다 내가 내 족쳐서 근데 쌤이다 야파가 말했어.
So about the common explanation about that, the yellow color hat, is that during the, there was this the teaching which flourished in Tibet at the beginning, and then that came to end through some incident, and then after that, then the teaching came back again. It was re-established, re-flourished, and so it was after the end of the first propagation of the teaching, and then before or during the time when the later propagation or the flourishing of teaching was starting, and then there was this Lama person, Lama Zopa Rinpoche, who came from Amdo.
라치 고마르스 데다 암도 슈데네 공산이다 내외로 거쳐서 스테니아라 빌레 앞에 와서
So Lachen is the different other Lama, other abbot, who was in Amdo, and he went to him, and then he received all the teachings on Vinaya.
아니 뒤가 안에 공을해야 아니 라치 고마르스 고랑게 샤무 다 세워지 나면서 때 골피와 말했어.
And so at that time, Lajeng Gombar Apsal was wearing a yellow hat, and which he gave, to the Lama.
아니 지름모체가 다대 세워야 다 아니 되네 나네 다 상적이 때마다 쇼치고 제와야 아니 때문에도 없으니까 아니 다 오셔 세워 나갈 말했을 때다 부모와 해당돼서.
So because of that, passing the teachings on Vinaya to this Lama, and then the teaching started to flourish. And that was a very auspicious sign. And seeing that, then Lama Tsongkhapa started to invent, or he invented, or he started to wear the yellow hat. That's the common explanation.
부모 많이 받잖아. 그래도 이제 나중에 아니 다 보자 세워 남아이나 아니 다 땜받는 거 같은데 체요제 송아이 말해서.
So that's the uncommon and the uncommon explanation is that Lama Tsongkhapa had a vision of Vajrayana who told him that if he wears a yellow hat, that will help to spread and flourish the teachings of the Buddha.
뭐 아니 지름 보셔야 돼. 당문에 투대와 있나다. 아니 바바 셔레데 제슨 자매야. 아니 배셔나도 저 숨기다 좋아요.
And so it said that Lama Zopa is the emanation of these three combined deities, Avalokiteshvara, Manjushri, and Vajrapani.
아니 산제 담초가 째외. 인제 정보 안에 다 사이에서 샤바데 바바 셔레데 말이에요.
So it is the compassion of all the Buddhas that appear in the form of deities, Avalokiteshvara.
근데다 아니 지름 보셔야 돼. 다 바바 셔레데 남자 양송 그래서
And so therefore, Lama Zopa said that he's the emanation of Avalokiteshvara.
아니 맞아 미메 때문에 대신 셔레데 생도 와서
And so he said that's Nigmetse Desin Seresi.
도모도 송 그래서 대단하게 들어와
So
지름 보셔야
that's
돼. 바바
the
셔레데
meaning of the first word, first line of that verse.
아니 산지 단 쳔베가 예때 차상 들으로제 산지 참고로 되와데 아니 잠이라는 말이에요. 샤키나.
So they said that Avalokiteshvara, a great treasure of unconceiving compassion. That's the first line of that verse. And then in the second line, which talks about Manjushri, a lot of stainless knowledge. And so Manjushri is the is the emanation or embodiment of all the Buddha's wisdom.
그래다 안에 지선 지금 뭐지래 안에 지선 잠에가 남는 그래서
And that's why it said that Lama Zopa is also the emanation of Manjushri.
다 상기도 상조서 막 같다 전체 니슴쳐다 니바 딱 니투지모 추제바도 빠셔나도 지 말해서
And then, so the Vajrapani is the embodiment of all the Buddha's power. So all the Buddha's power arising in the form of deities, Vajrapani.
그래다 안에 다 지름 보실 때는 빠셔나도 지 딱 남는 그래서
And also, it's also said that Lama Zopa is emanation of Vajrapani.
그래다 미미세베 대신 시에 전면지도 공부전에 도움만을 주고 살에 닿아서 그만 도와서
And so what is in that verse, it says, Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of unconceiving compassion, Manjushri, lord of stainless knowledge, and Vajrapani, the conqueror of all the demons' hosts without exception.
상계라다 니바 쳔베이테 세베이테 니베이테 숨을 와리 숨을 좀 와서
And so Buddha have these three great knowledges, right? The knowledge of compassion, knowledge of wisdom, and knowledge of power.
아니 상계가 쳔베이테가 다 시작 가져라 상계가 쳔베이 그래서
So with that knowledge, of the wisdom, Buddha knows all the things, everything that exists.
아니 쳔베이테 다 세베이테 아니 딱 그냥 일이면다 니지면 정말 나오고 그래서
And then the excellent quality of compassion, within the Buddha is that he has compassion towards all the beings, without any bias.
다 니베이테 아니 소소고 다 냠냐게 이 자체가 아니 다 사실 좀 되게 가르치 있는다. 먼저 쭉 잡고서 문에든 고하던 내서 동화를 다 사실 좀 되게 조금 이래서.
And then the quality, the excellent quality of the power is that he has the power to protect, all the beings, from all the sufferings, cycle existence.
그리고 그러다 쳔백이 안에 다 선정이 지금 내 마음을 터득 생각해서 제마치. 안에 제외가 강가는 이름을 나왔지. 다 니베가 안에 일란도지네 신청 말고 되는 건 고발을 더한 적이 그래서.
So with the wisdom, he knows everything that exists, past, present, future, everything. Then with of compassion, he possesses compassion towards all beings without any bias. And with the power, the quality of power, he can protect all beings from the sufferings, the cycle existence.
다 대상지 가서도 수수 냠내 지나는 냠내 맞이는 조금 좋아요 말이죠.
And of course, that depends on one's practice. So whatever Buddha has taught, if we did practice, then of course we will be protected. But if we don't follow those teachings, then we will not be protected.
배차잖아. 강바가 나로라야. 강바 딱 강바라서 강바라 나도 딱 실록에 초대 차와 쪽이 니바 열어 왔어.
And so, for example, the house has the power to protect you from the weathers, right? Like the rain, snow, and so forth. And so, but if we don't get into the house and just stand outside there, then we will not be protected by the house, right? So it is similar to the example. Although Buddha has all the power, but if we don't follow his teachings, then we will not be protected.
Lama Rendawa,
and then in the fourth line where it says Tsongkhapa Kranj, land of snows, sages, Losar Dawa because at your feet. So actually this is the prayer composed by Lama Tsongkhapa himself, and he offered this, he composed this prayer in praise of his own guru Rendawa, and then when he offered this Rendawa said it suits more to you, and so he said I've offered back to you. So then he changed the name. Instead of saying Rendawa, he says Tsongkhapa, the crown jewel of the land of snow sages, Losar Dawa, and may request at your feet. And so this is the meaning of the Mikzema verse, which we always recite, right? And so Lama Tsongkhapa's birthplace is in Amdo. He was born in Amdo. So he received lay vows at the age of 3.
He's a special person, I don't know. Yeah. And the Lord get to him.
And took a novice vow, novice monk vow, at the age of 7.
And then that Gomlo took the Latin, and
at age 17, he traveled to the central Tibet, Lhasa.
That any that Geshe Lama Rendawa Lama Mamboje, Lojong,
and then he studied completely from all these teachers like Lama Rendawa and so forth.
And
at age 24, then he took the full ordination of the monk. And so then after that, he has taught many teachings, and he wrote many texts, like the Lamrim Chemo, the great exposition of the stages of path to enlightenment, and there's also great stages of path, stages of the path of the Tantra, and so forth. So all these different texts in Lama Tsongkhapa has written. And so anyway, so that this great prayer festival in Tibet, that happens in Tibet, is established by Lama Tsongkhapa. So you might have seen the picture of the Buddha Shakyamuni statue in Lhasa, right, in Jokhang Temple.
Anyone saw? No one. Do you guys been to Lhasa? No. Ever? Ah. Maybe you can go. Everybody go Lhasa. We can do what's that?
Group tour.
Group tour.
Pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage. You can go to India, Nepal, and Lhasa.
Okay.
We can go to all the holy places around.
Mount Kylie?
Huh?
Mount Kylie?
Yeah, Mount Kylie. Yeah, maybe you call it. I think it's okay. Then if you like to, what call it? What you call it?
Climb mountains.
Jumanaba.
Then you can climb the Mount Everest.
Yeah, you see that. Also the vacation, tours, also good pilgrimage, and you can start this. Anybody go, I don't know. how can you get visas? I think maybe 4 grams, no problem. 4 grams. Anyway, you guys,
So, but you have seen the pictures, right?
덴지그 조대 너마 이제 다 사진 좀 내는 거 사진 좀 내는 거래서
So, it is a Buddha Shakyamuni statue, just like the one that you will see here.
아니 덴지그 끝에 딱그 대래라고 끝이 나눠서 가지고 조대 아니 벽에 잡고 손을 걸고 딱 때문에 여자 건조 별별로 다 양안해야 되는 식으로 말했어.
So, it is said that this statue was offered by the queen, the king Songtsen Gampo, who was Chinese, right? So he married a princess from China. When you married her, then she brought with her this statue of Buddha Shakyamuni.
덴지 끝에 다 콘드라 가지고 아니 단다 자고도 지들은 딱 때문에 그러고 주대는 안 도와서 티카피 딱 그대로 지르지 봐 그런 거까지 다 되는 봐야 되는 식으로 그랬어.
So it is said that that statue was similar kind of statue like the one that we find in Bodh Gaya, in the main temple of Buddha Shakyamuni's statue in the main temple of Bodh Gaya. So it's a similar kind of statue that was brought up to China at that time.
다 덴지가 담보 지름지 덴지 지름 모시야 아니 조용한 양소시네 다 상지 좀 되고 오래야 다 세다 미기 재미다 어디 비워서 그래서.
So now you see that the statue with the crown ornament. Before it was just the plain statue like the one that you see here. But later, when during Lama Zopa's time, he renovated the temple and also he offered the crown ornament to the Buddha Shakyamuni statue.
대부도 나네 아니 라데 물음 좀 보셔야 되다. 담볼 하다가 또 나와 대사슴 또 담보 다시 대선 무슨에서 말와 다 지르고싶도 나와서.
So at that time, I don't think all these great 3 monasteries were there. Sera and Depo, just the Ganden was there, and so they established this prayer ceremony at that time. All the monks from the Ganden monastery were there to attend it.
덴지 물음데 담보 위셔가 주보에 다 덴이 다 받자네. 아니 배 너무 차상나이다. 로서 책가 제네. 아니 디카 책가 제네 다시 미슈바 소르는데. 대사는 책가 제네 책가 줄여봐. 소를 해서.
So then, starting from the central Tibet, it spread out to all different parts of Tibet, and then they all, celebrate this ceremony, great prayer ceremony, starting from the 8th day, until the 15th day. So sometimes goes until 16 nowadays.
덴지 이제 아니 다 지름 모신 내가 친구 만나고 시어 디나데 다 지르해서 나데 물음 좀 보셔야 돼.
So there's the great prayer festival in Lhasa, established by Lama Zopa was one of his one of the 4 great deeds that he performed. This is one of them.
다 덴이 디카가 가르카다 물음 디카 가르카 제외해서 나가야 나서.
And so what happens around that time during the prayer ceremony, the great prayer ceremony?
일마이나 아니 라자라야 다 라자기 다 공부 같이서 루루체 저강 과와던 소에서 왔어.
And so before all the monasteries in Lhasa area, all the monks of all these different monasteries will come around the Jakung temple and then hold the prayer there.
And there's a very crowded, not much big space, very crowded. You cannot live on this day. We have just go stand in the small space, squeeze, small space, lot of monks, lot of also, but
people, publics, who perform the practice of purification and accumulation.
다 덴지보다 다 티가를 변화 쇼케 담보 하나도 다 쇼케야. 아니 뭐는 담자세지까지 다 계시 사람 봐도 티가를 담자상을 해서.
And so at that time, there will be also a debate and a ceremony by the Geshe Harambas, the top Geshes.
계시 사람 봐서는 티가블이야 다 담자상이 계시더라고 계시 사람 봐서. 다 kontrol로 좀 동거를 해서.
And so at that time, then there will be this the top level geshes. Geshe is called Geshe Haramba. who will be it's like a group debate. In the group debate, the few monks, who will be sitting on each line, and then in the front there will be the monks, who's going to be answering, and then there will be other monks standing up and asking questions. So the people who are sitting down is the answerers. So those are the Geshe Harampas, the top level Geshes.
근데 그게 하는 바에 간에 영어 사회나 안에 다 장월식 건축 조선 봐야 별 아무도 좀 배워 버렸어. 아무도 좀.
So how does this Geshe, different level of Geshe came about? Again, is the 13th the Lama when he went to the Amdo.
근데 아무도 티가 뺑 하중 개방들이 그래서 다 미시만 개발해서 말했어.
So there were many scholars, great scholars in Amdo, but there were not many in Central Tibet in Hasa.
혹시 그리 조선만 그리 나와야.
Almost. I'm not sure if it's the 13th Dalai Lama or 5th Dalai Lama, but one of them.
되네 다 암도네 거기 다 공부 다 장고를 쳐야 다 가지 다 저서 이래서 와.
And so when he went to Amdo, they debated to His Holiness Dalai Lama. Is it the fifth or the 13th? I'm not sure.
근데 뒤에 가서 다 장고를 쳐가 오빠 하산 마치 다 얘기도 좀 먹고 갔다. 저당 개발이 되고 뭐 뒤에 들어와.
And then at that time there were many other monks who were accompanying His Holiness, who were great scholars also.
아니 뒤에 가서 다 집에 좀 가면 다 정식 냠도행으로 봐서래야 돼. 암도 다 계시 고소래야. 다 애태고 말했어 봐.
And so when they debated with these, the scholars from Amdo debated with the scholars accompanying His Holiness, they were not able to answer all the questions that they debated with.
아니 되네다 투야 가서 배네 다 먼저 믹스해 소도 그래서 로좀 믹스해 되네 로좀 더 돌렸다 뭐는 집을 거래야 다 자가 송도 좀 문제야 남자 자주 그래서 어떠네 대중한 말해서 와.
And so then after they came back, and His Holiness established this rule of saying that so those top level geshes will will grant them that degree at that prayer ceremony, the great prayer ceremony. So they will be there answering all these questions. So and they have to go through that to get that degree.
된도 계시 들어다 내서 섬 차도가 담자지 않고 그러더라.
And so of course not only that time, but they have to also answer debate questions or debates with all the monks of all these three great monasteries that are different.
어디 다 티가 들리는 거 다 대상이 나지는 가도 쇼케베나 쇼케는 최종 나와서 총으로 그랬대. 마틴이 아주 담자 쇼케도 다 남제 그래야 안 받다 그래서.
So first there's the prayer ceremony, prayer reciting the prayer in the morning at the beginning around 5 o'clock, and then maybe they will end around 7 o'clock, and then again get back. And so during that time there will be a debate session. And so the first topic, among the 5 major topics, the first one they talk debate about, will be about the valid cognitions and so forth, the competitive valid cognitions.
아니 연구 다 오마도 파신이 나도 저기는 그래서.
And then in the afternoon there will be a debate about the topics on perfection and the middle ways.
아니 뒤에 집에 차네 다 사실 좀 된데 지금 보자 때가 물론 물도 소나 그래서.
Then after the debate, then they will recite all these prayers in praise of Lama Zopa, in praise of the Shettimuni and so forth.
아니 공다 아니 다 너와든 제 거야 아니 무슨 그래서.
And then in the evening, there will be debating about the Abhidhamma Kosha, the phenomenology, and about the Vinaya, the moral disciplines.
그러니까 니마치라야 슈카페 마차선을 다 돌리고 그래서.
And so, in one day, they will debate about all these 5 the major texts.
This is a story, okay? 다 돼, 다 요지로 올라왔어.
So this is what happens in the prayer ceremony.
근데 다 제발 쪼아가니까 다 미세게 대신 잡아친 이봐이다 다 대니까 다 관계가 다 뭐는 시원하 그래. 나도 별에 와이다는 다 공부를 했다. 뭐 상급이지 요래서 봐.
And so on the 15th, the full moon day, which is the special day anyway, and especially on the 15th of the first calendar, is even more special. So there will be so many devotees, all the people, lay people and monks and nuns and so forth, will come around in the monasteries and do practice. So there will be a big crowd, huge crowd of people at that time.
아니 저번주로 줍대니까 아니 자와신도 거야. 아니 자와신 남네 아니 꼬라베다 배부르다 때문에 자와신이 땡발이야. 자야기 한번 저기서.
So on the last day of that ceremony, either on the 16th or the 17th day of the first month, then the monks will carry the statue of Buddha Maitreya, and then they will go in a procession and go around the monastery or all these holy places. So this is again, a way to create a merit, to be able to meet with Buddha Maitreya, and to meet with his teachings.
Okay, this is a story, history. If someone asks what they're doing,
so if somebody asks, what happens during this great prayer festival, and this is what I'm telling now. This is what's happening. And we're also going to have prayers here tomorrow, which is the full moon day, and going to have prayers here, and there will be 8 Mahayana Precepts taken. And so if we pray and practice at this time, it becomes more powerful, because of the time during which many holy beings like Buddhas and Lama Zopa Rinpoche and so forth had done a great prayers on that time. So if we do prayers at the same time, then it becomes very much more powerful.
아니 다 산이 쇼게
And so there will be 8 minor precepts taken in the morning tomorrow.
I think it is maybe 5 o'clock.
5 a.m.
5. 근데 남아서 지금 교수용 따대오는 아니 변나 하고 싶어요. 그래서.
So if you have a time and if you're able, then it will be good to come.
아니 나도야 쇼질이야 아니 다 담보직 대저도 말해야 주마 소소 나가 제 쪽으로 해서 이나도 소지열에 제 쪽으로 말은 제 쪽으로 해서 이나야 전화 아니 양도 지나디 또다 변시해요 그래서.
So once you have taken the minor precept, once you have taken the precept from somebody first, then you can take it yourself on special days, and you can do it on your own. But of course, it will be better to do in group, and be more meritorious. It is said that if you choose between the easy one and the difficult end, if you do the difficult one, it's more meritorious. And then after that, we'll have a break about half an hour, and then after that, then we'll do medicine Buddha Puja. And so it's all going to be over by 7 o'clock, and so even if you have to go to work, you'll not be late for your work. So you can bring your own breakfast and have it here, or you can make your own tea or hot water, whatever you want to take. And so we're creating merit by doing that. So then there's offerings, right? The offerings, we make offerings of the food, flowers and so forth. So we have 4 pujas in a month. And so during those times, we always ask for volunteers to come and set up the offerings and so forth. So during that time, if you can make a time, then it would be good to come and do that. Not considering it as a work, but thinking that, this is a great opportunity for me to accumulate merit, and so I'm going to do this. If you come with that kind of thought, then it becomes really much more meritorious.
아니 되게 속도 테마 심에 나와지래 테마 심에서 왜다 아니 넘버도 걔네라고 치네 나와지는 거 테마 찍려고 치기서 뭐 소소 걔네라고 치는 나와지래 그래서.
And so since we're doing only 4 times in a month, so therefore, even if you can't do for all 4, if you can make one, that would be great. Yeah. So I think if we can just make a commitment for one, at least for one, that would be very good.
아니 대화마다 아니 뒤가고 지금 주변 줘봐도 그야 세대 인생이 되는 예전에 아시네 나왔다 소소 티폴라까지 처리해 그래서.
And so even if you're not able to attend, but if you can, make offerings or like give a donation, so it's like this is your money to buy offerings at that time. And so if you just do like that, then you somehow get involved, and that also becomes meritorious.
tenje shawa tenjina ngazo ta sonombu tsoksawa 아니 ngazo ta 기본이 그래서.
And so by doing that, we accumulate merit. So if we have enough merit, then we'll be happy.
내가 ngazo 가디나 지 shawa 롬로가 요대야 돼 ngazo 타 소nombu 하고 매와이다 이 tenje 차고 그래서.
And also, we are not able to do things that we want to do, or we don't become successful in doing things. That is because we don't have enough merit. So that's why we need to accumulate merit.
아니 지금 발제 진행해서 ngazo 내라고 발제 소통을.
And also, there will be no much obstacles. If we have enough merit, that will remove the obstacles as well.
그래서 다음에 정도 지금 남주의 지금 제단도 당과다 내라고 그래서.
So this is just general things that we should do.
아, 근데 다 되는 거도 다 인생이 지금 다 저도 모르는 지금 값도 또 많이다. 근데 맞아 상지 좀 된다야. 근데 또 배가 근데 가서 봐서 해줘. 대인지 나면 요요는 맨날 막 되지. 너무 예스. 되는 것도 다 보내야 지금. 아,
The 3 period, the 3 times.
I don't think we have it in the regular KT books. Before we had to make special photocopies.
다 대매원이나 되네. 가서 보세요. 아까 지상에는 지금 보시. 되어지 마라. 이 시작하는 거세요.
다 덕세네 말 말해.
되게 말이야.
그냥 다 그러면 당번은 뭐래 가서 다리 잡으면 되거라.
저기 때문에 아니라 끝나 가도. 아니 가서
야 뭐라.
아니, 드리다 당에 이나 다 사니가도 대접소리로 돈 받아야 다 소야요, 소야하고 쏘고 그래서.
And so anyway, so we were going to do. I was thinking of doing some prayers, but I don't think we have that available in English. So that's okay for now. So anyway, tomorrow we're going to have a precept. So there are precepts, the things that you should do and you should not do. And the precept that you have to keep, so you have to know what are the precepts that to be kept.
아니 도저다 좋다와시 참 같다 내가 방포레스.
So mainly the 4 roots and the alcohol. So those 5 you definitely have to abandon for that day.
아니 산이 쇼케네다 나니까 쇼케 발라야.
From the sunrise tomorrow till the sunrise depth tomorrow, you have to keep that vow.
저도 사와시 하고요.
So do you know the 4 roots?
속체 봐서 다 속체 받으면 미세 발라요.
So
속체
the
좀
4 root vows, are the first one is not killing, right?
아니 고마워 왔어. 고마워 좋아라. 그게 요말한 건데 왜 요말 왔어.
And not stealing.
아니 다 산이다 무슨 제 말했어.
No adultery or even sexual conduct. No sex at all.
속체 맞아 맞아. 그러니까 전 아니 전다 마음이 좋은 말했어.
And then the lie, especially the lie about superhuman qualities.
I'm special, powerful, 이거는 내가 말했어. 아니 장도 좋은 말다. 산이 장도 좋은 말했어.
So saying that I have a great power, I can heal you, I can see your past and future, and so forth. That kind of lies. And on top of those 4, and then the alcohol. No drinking of alcohol at all, not even a dewdrop of alcohol.
아니 갈라도다 산이 고체지 그랬어. 누구 잡네 사 좋은 말했어.
And then you can take only 1 meal, and so or especially like no meal after afternoon.
아니 강 사야 되고 아니 샤메 봐. 아니 고파메 봐. 아니 그거 그랬어.
And then it has to be it has to be vegetarian, it has to be white food. And so white food means even though it's vegetarian, but there are certain foods like the onions, the garlics, So those are not considered as white food. So you should not have onion or garlic.
근데 곤다다 되네 곤다 샬라체요 말해서
So of course no meat, no egg, and not any kind of meat, fish and everything. Seafood also, because some people don't consider seafood as meat, so not even that. And then in the evening there's no dinner in the evening, right? So nothing to eat after the noon.
근데 다지 자다로 오는
So you can have a drink, like kind of black tea, or green tea.
야직 수분 나타 내가 이거로 들어야 고무세야 다 고마사라도
But if you have to eat because of the medical reason, then of course you are exception. You have the exception to have that. If it's for the medical reason.
근데다 근데 냠네 바부 주주들의 제내 사제도 세제도 마다 관계다 든지 사제도가 말해서
So anyway, all the Buddhas and the Arhats who became free from psychosis, who achieved enlightenment, they all achieved that state through doing these small minor practices.
근데다 가서다 아니 대나고 지나가는 마서다 지주 왜주 빼빼다 지주 대신 냠네 들어와.
And so if we can do that as a follower, then that would be very good. So the biography of the teachers and then the practice of the students.
아니 그거 정말 그럼
그래, today. 교통보다.
다 초동보다 저도 대대로 와까지 초동보다 네. 그래서 딱 먹고 동보다 좀 말했어.
그냥 야사가.
그래서 내가 가지. 그래서 어떻게 간다?
today 체전.
저기 다 초동보다 아니 다내 도보가 하다 내 말했어.
네, 동보다 야사가.
다 내가 일단 말했어요.
그건 처음 말이에요. 다들 살아요.
다들 말고
다 아버지.
근데 답을 제와야 나는 다 수도 씁니다.
그렇지.
지금 가다 내도가 니에메에서 if you serious.
So on top of that, then there are the vows like not sitting on a high throne, or not even sleeping on a high bed. So bed that is higher than a feet is considered high. So and then if that is the only bed you can sleep, then there's nothing you can do about it. But if you really want to be strict, that day you just put on the floor and then sleep there. I mean like that, you don't have to be that strict. So that is one of the vows.
Maybe you can say your husband or wife, sorry, today I have to sleep. Lord, if you want to be serious. And 그걸로 당한 거죠, 제가 한 거죠.
너도 가서
그걸로 갔어.
괜찮아.
근데 제자 다 잡을 그냥 안 해. 다 제자 좀더 따요 말이죠.
난 괜찮다.
And
also there's no singing and dancing, so you should not sing, no singing, no dancing, and no wearing jewelry, no ornaments at all. And of course that brings up desire and attachment. And if you can wear it without that, of course you can, but it is to avoid that, therefore no jewelry at all, no makeups.
it's hard, right? It's okay. 근데 다 같이 잡혔게 나네 마치나다 오더라고.
So this is all because we do out of attachment, right? So if we can do it without attachment, not even the slightest of attachment, then it's good. Okay.
It's hard, right?
It's difficult, right? So therefore, not at all.
다 쪼서 같이 다 싸워시대 참가돼 단계 받아 채워.
And so of course, definitely the four, the five, the vows, those the four root vows, and then the alcohol.
다 이만 찍어도 나도 내가 빠무도 저기도.
And so definitely you can do that for one day, right?
One is not much. 어디지? 근데 어디 데려오 그래서 어디 근데 사제도 상하고 다와도 된지가 투배 쳤다. 근데 사제도 저기서 뭐 관계들이 냠년들이 지어래. 나한테 지어 예산을 그만 갖고 와나. 근데 영셔 이래.
And so all the Buddhas and the Arhats, the four destroyers of the past, practice in this way to achieve that state. And I'm going to also practice in that way, to achieve that. So you should think like that.
Okay? 어디지? 근데 너희. 근데 아무리 패스들. 여기.
eat the one vegetarian meal?
How late?
12 p.m.
Yeah.
Noon.
No,
Yeah.
no, nothing after noon.
Then the checks, you know, they do how many pages there? You know, how many copies? How many people get this?
Did everyone get a copy of this prayer? Gloria, the Triple Guard?
This year no one get.
Maybe you can share.
You can share. Yeah, maybe you both share.
Do you have one to share?
Maybe Eon and Kathy, you share. Maybe Eon go back.
Does anybody need one?
Do you guys need one up here?
There's two.
Here, they need one. Oh, yeah. Maybe you both share.
Yeah. Great.
Okay. 네, 다음 내 가르쳤나? 아니 지를 보시고 30분 되다. 또 봐야 말이야. 또 봐.
So this text is about praise to Buddha Shakyamuni, written by Lama Zopa.
I see it.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I'll come here. Okay. It's a very good opportunity. Maybe you guys never read this text before. Now we put big emphasis prayer for Buddha Shakyamuni.
So we're offering praise to Buddha Shakyamuni, right? So that leaves a very strong imprint in our mind.
And then if he doesn't have text, then just sit, just enjoy. Okay. All good. Then who's the guy that
Magnificent, precious Guru, lotus seated at our hearts, through your great kindness, how by your great compassion, bestow powers of Taoist teaching, lone eye of beings of the triple ground, liberation seekers, protector unsurpassed, great compassion more than all the conquerors, great supreme Guru and great Bodhisattvas, deeds adopted, witness thy conquerors, teaching guidance, taught well renowned, the snow that words goes unlawful. Hear the conquerors, I pray to you. I pray to you to plead with education and excellent teaching, Sanskrit grammar and science, all learned without effort by the power of the right mind and their various God's spirits, emerging from their most wonderful order, with light reflections of society, not discerning that they may all to the Son of their form, I humbly make request. In you, though conquerors have spirits performed, upholding supreme morals, down light from familiar restraint, powerful unto you I make request. Discerning and filtering bring the words and leading the conquerors excellent speech, always seeking Christ, purified, accomplished to you I make request. I pray to you, I for all who not permitted none, I give flowers, never satisfied with streams of battle, and Savior all even the slightest distortion of battle, your powerful mind I pray to you. For else by you seem just as they are, thanks to the great and chariots, loving excellent teachings relies against me advice to you alone. Wherever on the ocean I will be, chariots from my left hand as it is place of offering is so, one of all spirits to fly from my kingdom conquers alone, where war comes in your mind. Of the soul of the sun, massive waters, source of kindness, death of your compassion. I always keep young all, just be wise, logical to that. Praise your very power, begins to offer sweet to the end of the great days of Jesus speech. The virtue I Nagarjuna Arya blessed by 150 scholars. Then his sins of error, all cast aside and make redress to you. I pray to you, never distracted, good meditation, extreme concentration, with the devotional silence, self-course, distinguishable from their Vajradhara, and analyzing precepts of the ocean of Vajradhara. The ultimate of the subduers of the Supreme Lama, to you I make request. In achieving the two stages the past then, having seen just as they are the subtle points in this uncharted field uncrossed by others, to you practice the essence I make request. Having completed deity yoga, gross and subtle, far from desire for vulgar false appearance, whatever arises by the play of mandala wheel, your mind undistracted, to you I make request. Superstition cause of ways dissolving to beauty, realizing all as empty suchness. Whatever arises, happily clear supreme bliss. Lord, your mind possessor, I pray to you. Limitless prayers by powerful skillful means, effortless achievement leading close to disciples. As the path leads to the conquerors, protector of all worlds, I pray to you. I make request to you who illuminated the three training scriptures and realizations of all of the conquerors' holy dharma, when the virtuous trainings were nothing but symbols, of practicing training in mere definition, turning remnants of the doctrine into just words. When you emanate in this realm at will, collections of sky-bound heroes like Hades gather close signature in your heart, offering to you who are sky beyond God, I pray. When the clear light Dharmaparyaya manifested in the garden, your form became a mass of light, supreme illusory form, Sambhagakaya. To you, the one who attained this, I pray. From this day on, in all my future works, by respectfully offered to your lotus feet, listening to your words, bless me to accomplish, with body, speech, and mind, what pleases you. Having abandoned all desire for pleasure and selfish things, riches and honor, the appearances of this life, bless me never to depart from supreme bodhicitta, the thought to help all transmigrating beings, by incisive intelligence, subtle and wise, following reason, having internalized without omission the meaning of all the Conqueror's teachings, please bless me to feel great likeness to the ignorance of migrators. Having ascertained the meaning of the Vajrayana's many aspects, unmoved by all obstacles, outer and inner, bless me to practice uniformity and beauty, the profound meaning of the Tusik is the end of the good path. In short, having learnt well all the pure Dhamma of the conquerors, their original thought exactly as intended, particularly the highest Vajra vehicle, bless me to be a guide for transmigrators. By this virtue in all of my lives, unseparated from you, Lama Supreme Lord, protect and nourish me to the taste of this nectar source, your excellent teaching the essence of your mind. All the virtuous work to be done and being done, by myself and others, however much there is, following what pleases you, make them accomplish just as you advise. Conquer some power in all my lives, by the direct power of the Supreme Vehicle Virtuous Friend. May I never turn back even for a moment from this path praised by the conquerors. Having unmistakably realized bodhicitta, the supporting beam of the Supreme Vehicle, the two stages and the points of the pure view, by my effort may I accomplish the essence of your speech. Through study and practice may I see as supreme advice the Sutra Tripitaka and the four classes of Tantra. May the glory of Losar bring good fortune to spread the supreme teachings of the sage always and everywhere.
By myself and others, however only what may be accomplished just as you advise, comparing the data by necessary May you return back to the moment from the vast race by the conquerors, having unmistakably realized bodhicitta, the supporting beam of the supreme vehicle, the two sages and the voice of the pure pure. By my effort may I accomplish the essence of your speech. Through study and practice may I see as supreme advice, the sutra and the Kurukulla and four classes of Tantra. May the glory of the Sun rise back to the supreme teaching of the sage.
We really different track, you guys. But it's not it's okay. But you guys, Thubten I did someone, you guys different. They got it. Oh, kid up you. But it's not. Kid up you,
Actually, can you hold your mic? We can't.
This you guys, what you guys read, this is a Kedumchi prayer for the Lama Zopa. Thubten I read, Rinpoche, Lama Zopa prayer for Buddha Hidden. You got different text.
So we got all grounds covered.
You got all of it. Good job. And also, Sarah yesterday mentioned
Yeah.
Rinpoche asked her to read some book.
Yeah.
You have
Read
you have some copies?
we have some copies, maybe less even than this. The Arya Sanghatasutra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have the copy?
We have some. I also have. I can quickly email to anybody who wants it on
Maybe we can read maybe just one page.
one page. Okay.
Anybody can have actually iPhones?
Does anybody want me to email?
Oh, yeah.
You want me to do a program or something to get it back?
Yeah. There's like.
Yes.
There's about five.
I have a question. There's a word on verse 24. I've never seen this word before. And I don't know how to pronounce it.
Duty?
Duty. D-H-U-T-I. What is that?
I don't know.
Dutsi. Is it Dutsi? D-H-U-T-S-I?
T-H-U-T-I. It's
D-H-U-T-I.
in verse 24.
Hold on.
Verse 24, D-H-U-T-I. He's referring to highest reverence practice.
Oh, Dutsi.
Which is a study.
Oh, booty. He sounds into the booty.
But there's also no
So anybody with an electronic device, actually, the best way to do it is just search for FPMT Sanghatasutra, and it will pop. It's the first page that comes up. And you
It's a name for the channel, the central channels. It's like dissolving the central channels. So the name, and I think it's Sanskrit word. So they use the Sanskrit word for that.
Central channel. The central
Channel.
Sanghatasutra.
Sanghatasutra, S-U-T-R.
You said Sangata?
Yeah.
S-A-N-G-H-A-T-A.
Who really got? Oh, this one?
This is.
How about Zukundo? This one is blue, right?
Turn it down.
I think it's silver color. It's like silver color, so maybe more. Oh, do we have some copies? Oh, wonderful. This is it.
Oh, we have some colors.
We have some copies. Okay.
Maybe a physical book might be easier to read on.
Yeah.
Dasa inherited one time. Is that Sharaputra Anada?
Yeah, it's actually, I think it's supposed to be silver writing, like more merit for silver.
I think it's Subhuti.
Anytime the sutra says Dasa inherited one time,
Yeah.
Anada, Sharaputra.
Subhuti. Subhuti? Yeah.
I've got one that's 64 pages.
Is this the hard
Anyone else need a copy?
Mahasutra. This is the one Buddha composed for sutra. Good. Ian, you got? You want Ian? How could we have the copies?
Yeah, yeah.
Never.
Full book. We're not doing the whole thing.
I have it here.
We can talk tomorrow.
And so forth. So Geshe said we can recite maybe just one page. After the next page, we're in the first paragraph, next page. We say so forth, so we stop there.
Okay. Then if you like, you can read Also, if you like, can we borrow them? That they can return back? Okay?
Yeah, I think that's fine. Just, yeah,
If you like, okay? If you like, share your home.
right.
Maybe a couple more pages if you like. But you have to return back. But anyway, then when you come back, you can bring it back.
Right. And it's also available on fpt.org.
Oh, then there's a
So
also
you can download there if you want.
okay. This is kind of we can read the sutra. We put very big input for our mind. Next lab, we can understand very well these things. Yeah, thank you.
Homage to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Thus I have heard at one time, the Blessed Host was early invited of Rinpoche's feet, together with a great assembly of 32,000 monks, including the Venerable Ajahn and the Venerable Mahamudaya, the Venerable Rinpoche, the Venerable Mahakashyapa, the Venerable Bahula, the Venerable Bahula, the Venerable Bhadrakala, the Venerable Shri, the Venerable Chandrakashri, the Venerable Chanduka, the Venerable Subhuti, the Venerable Brahmavita, the Venerable Nandisena, and so forth. And together with the 16,000 Bodhisattvas, including the Bodhisattvas, the great being Maitreya, the Bodhisattva, the great being Sarashura, the Bodhisattva, the great being Kumarashi, the Bodhisattva, the great being Kumarabhasa, the Bodhisattva, the great being Kumarabhadra, and Bodhisattva, the great being Anuna, the Bodhisattva, the great being Manishi, the Bodhisattva, the great being Samantabhadra, the Bodhisattva, the great being Sudarshana, the Bodhisattva, the great being Shashanana, the Bodhisattva, the great being Vajrasena, and so forth. Together with 12,000 Deva sons, including the Deva Sarkarjuna, the Deva Sambhadra, the Deva Santidvara, the Deva Sandharmasuruchi, the Deva Sanchandagara, the Deva Sanchandagasa, the Deva Sanchandagasa, together with the Deva daughters, including the Deva daughter Midangi, the Deva daughter Pasarapati, the Deva daughter Mahatmasamsaita, the Deva daughter called Losar, the Deva daughter Prajnapativashini, the Deva daughter Bali, the Deva daughter called Loriswa, the Deva daughter Subavyuka, and so forth. And together with 8,000 Naga kings, including the Naga king Kapalava, the Naga king Indapatra, the Naga king Tinubila, the Naga king Kumbhasana, the Naga king Kumbhashisha, the Naga king called Causing Virtue, the Naga king Tunanda, the Naga king Shaka, the Naga king Davashisha, and so forth.
Good. Thank you, everybody. Good job. I think now we can stop today. I think you guys are tired. You need to, okay, no, we have to open this book, page 222. Tara. One. This is for the Tara for Mother Tara. We pray for all our wishes, achieve enlightenment, all our wishes comes true. Come true. Okay? 20, okay. Good, David. Okay. Today we have three chanting masters, 4 chanting masters. First Sarah, Anila, Damchoe, David.
I think I'll be the worst.
No, just slowly, not too fast, okay? Everybody just think about the beginning.
All my prostrate to the
noble transcendent prayers. Homage, sorrow, swift to roll away, as like thy kingdoms and famous, run a holy seasons of the Lord of kings and Lord.
Shout out to you, the South
Minds of our God of truth and holiness, praising with thy praise expanded, as a thousand star collection, homage to the children good, as our children and Joma, Joma, Kata, Servo, Sohon, Soniches, Chaka, 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 Science, Ola, Ola, Chaka, Chaka, there is a Geshe perfection, Chaka, Chaka,
Benefit 245. Yeah. Okay. This is a benefit to recite the Tara and water, okay? Oh, good. Thank you. Okay, today we do good puja, good purification, talk a little story about the volumes, it's good. Then we stop and in the afternoon, they have to set up the 2 altars, the place to help to heaven. The place. This is a, we don't think about the job. It's true opportunity to often tend to this, then we get more merit. Okay, then finish. Thank you.
Thank you. So page 39.
Now this is the same playbook, okay? Here's this book.